Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown might fail. I found out some news about our beloved Test Drive Solar Crown, or should I say Test Drive Unlimited Solar Clown. The new news update is that the Test Drive Unlimited Solar Clown, or should I say Test Drive Limited Solar Clown, will not be getting a PS4 and Xbox One version because it has been cancelled. Now, let me read up a little bit about it for you as for an article that I read about this cancellation, and it reads as follows. However, some players will still be set for disappointment. If you are planning to pick up the title up for the 8th generation consoles, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, you'll be out of luck. Solar Crown is no longer being developed for the last gen devices, making it a purely next gen title. The team cites wanting to make the most of the technology housed in the new consoles and maximizing the overall quality of the game. That's no doubt a shock and will understandably upset those unable to claim a PS5 or Xbox Series consoles for themselves due to the ongoing silicon shortage, but it will likely be better for the game overall than having a next-gen title limited in the scope to satisfy older hardware. Which that in of itself is pretty ridiculous, because people who played Test Drive Unlimited 1 and 2 played it on PS3 or Xbox or PC or whatever. You know, they played it on the 7th generation on consoles. So for people to remove their 8th gen experience, or for people who've probably been waiting years, and it was finally announced that they were going to get a new version, an updated and a reboot to the series of Test Drive Unlimited games, I'm sure their hearts must be crushed to know this, because this game was announced back in 2020. So, you know, with everything that's going on, this is kind of sad for their fan base, because they've probably lost a huge amount of potential sales for this game. And then here's the consoles it will be released on. As it says, as you can see on screen, you know, Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. So it's kind of crazy, because I did a bit of research about, you know, the sales of PlayStation 4 of all relevant consoles, you know, from the 8th gen upwards, and I was actually astounded to find out that, you know, even the Nintendo Switch by itself was released in 2019 as per on the screen, and then I was checking the sales for the PS5 and the Xbox Series, you know, and the Xbox Series, and they haven't sold even nearly as much as their previous, you know, counterparts, the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now, if you look up on screen, you'll see some slides about the different sales, and I won't really read into them. You can pause the video or you can go back and forth how you would like. But the truth is that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series consoles have pretty much only sold a very minimum amount, pretty much almost a percentage of what the PS4 and Xbox One sold. Now listen, I know that they've been out longer, but that's no excuse to cut them out of the potential game. I mean, for example, look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the game that just came out in 2020. If you look at it, it pretty much came out on all relevant consoles, PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, you know, all those consoles and all. And there's some information I found out that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is one of gaming's most top-selling games of the year 2022, which is on the screen. And then I found out that this game apparently has been making so much money. And I think it's because of the diversity of the game. And this game has outsold and is doing so well. It has sold 8 million copies. 8 million copies in just this year. So it's crazy to think that they would cut out so much of their fan base, because I'm sure the people were ecstatic for a new reboot in the Test Drive Unlimited series, and now they've cut out, because with this logic they would have to literally, like, in order for the game to be successful, they would have to have literally sold almost the same amount of games as have been sold as 9th gen consoles. So pretty much the same weight, or, you know, the same amount of consoles, of next gen consoles that have been sold. And of course, you know, the PC gamers have always been there, but maybe if the mod community steps in, and there's many other things about the game, like one, test drive unlimited games have always been big or go home. They've always made big expansive maps, big car collection, big car selections and everything. I'm a little bit skeptical about this game because there still has yet to be gameplay. There's a trailer that's closest to the gameplay that shows the graphics and shows a little bit of gameplay, but it's all edited and takes away the experience. So with this game might just flop. And this is not me being negative. It's just so far as what everything that I've read has been saying. I mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has released on pretty much everything. So it's going to, that's why it's been good, because everyone can share their experience. And I think there's even cross-player. I'm not sure about that. But even with the new release of Call of Duty Warzone 2.0, there's a bunch of new players coming to the series in the franchise, always wanting the new Modern Warfare 2. Not only because, but it's just such a big game. And you know, they've lost quite a lot of people, and that's pretty much my conclusion. And you know, I don't know. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown might just flop. With all the information that I showed you, this is a good evidence as a place of where to stand. They've literally cut out millions in sales. Not everyone can afford a next gen console, and PCs are pretty much pretty much cost almost twice the amount as a next gen console. And a lot of the people who buy next gen consoles that I've seen where I live are kids, or parents who buy these consoles for their kids. So the nostalgia probably won't be there for the latest fan base. The old fan base from the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One era cannot play this game when they probably played Test Drive Unlimited and Test Drive Unlimited 2 on the PS3 and the Xbox 360. So now they're missing out. So there's going to be no nostalgia, there's going to be no OG fan base, no nothing. People who played the game but can't afford next gen hardware. And with that, this is the Chili Man signing off, saying Test Drive Unlimited Solar Clown or Test Drive Limited Solar Clown might just fail. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but this is the Chili Man signing off. I thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone is doing well. Peace out.